Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadi Tamastu Mavid Vishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We'll chant Bhaja Govindam verses 11 to 15.
Ma kuru dana jana yavvana garvam harati nimeshat kala sarvam mayamidam akilam buddhva brahma padam tvam pravisha viditva dinayaminyau sayam pratah shishiravasanto punarayatah Kala kridati gacchatyayuhu tadapi na munchatyashavayu Kate kanta dhanagata chinta vatulakim davanasti niyanta Trijagati sajjana sangati reka bhavati bhavanavatarane nauka Jatilo mundi lunchita keshaha kashayambara bahukrita veshaha Pashyannapi chana pashyati mudho yudara nimittam bahukrita veshaha Angam galitam palitam mundam dashana vihinam jatam tundam Vriddho yati grihitva dandam tadapi na munchatyasha pindam.
We have done up to verse 11.
Yes.
So the last shloka, he says, Ma kuru dhana jana yavvana garvam harati nimeshat kalaha sarvam maya mayam idam akilam buddhva brahma padam tvam pravisha viditva. So, he says, the mind gets easily sidelined, distracted into the following, the youth, the, wealth. So he says, Ma kuru dhana, wealth, jana, following, retinue, and yavvana, youth. All these are looted away by time, a fraction of seconds. Before you realize, everything is passing, fleeting, changing. They are not permanent. They are all dependent on something that is permanent. That is why it's called illusion. Mirage is an illusion because it's dependent on sand. You understand? If there is no sand, there can be no mirage. If there is no post, there can be no ghost in the projection example. So, what is dependent is illusion. What is independent is reality. Satyam. Mithya is illusion. So all these are changing factors. They depend on something else. That's why I said even on a relative level when you look at it, when we concluded that shloka, I gave that example of sportsmen. Now they go on signing so many contracts. All those contracts they are signing because they are playing well. And to play well, their physical fitness, their mental fitness, many aspects go into it. They are practicing on a daily basis, etc. All that matters. So if a person is in a signing spree and then stops practicing or a little bit becoming indisciplined in food habits, sleeping habits, etc., slowly what will happen? He will not perform. And when he is not performed and not selected to the Indian team or whatever, slowly what will happen? His contracts also will not be continuing with him. So what is permanent? My game, my fitness, my mental wellness. That is permanent. These are secondary. So that's what he's trying to say here. Please understand, these are all passing, fleeting. They are not permanent. What is permanent is Brahman only. So when you are fit, hale and healthy, when you have wealth, when you have youth, when you are following, instead of getting distracted by them, start entering the state of reality. In the sense, start putting in effort in the direction. Start this study, reflection early. Start your spiritual journey early. Understand, the sooner you realize the frivolousness of this pursuit, in the sense worldly pursuit, the better it is for you. But you got to realize it soon. Because when you realize it later, and when you want to do tapasya for it, sadhana for it, your body may not cooperate. Therefore, sooner you realize it is better. The idea is what? They are not ridiculing the world. They are ridiculing the mind that is caught up in the world as an end in itself. So you soon realize that this is not the goal. The goal is something else. And start putting in effort in that direction. Next shloka.
दिनयामिन्यौ सायं प्रातः शिशिरवसन्तौ पुनरायातः कालः क्रीडति गच्छत्यायुः तदपि न मुञ्चत्याशावायुः.
He says, Dhanayaminyau, day and night. Sayam prataha, dusk and dawn. Shishirava santo, winter and spring. Punar ayataha, means they come again and again. It's a cycle, changing, constantly going and coming, going and coming. They come and go repeatedly. Kala kridati, time is sporting, time sports. Life passes. Gacchati ayuhu. Tad api na munchati asha vayuhu. He says, yet the gust of desires leaves not. In other words, we need to, some point in time, develop the ability to stand apart and watch this cycle. Unfortunately, we get lost in the cycle. This is the problem. When he talks about all this day and night, dusk and dawn, winter and spring, what is happening? They are all coming and going repeatedly. Understand? Puna ayataha. Before we realize now, we were talking about the heat here in Delhi now, before the class. Now, soon summer will come. Then soon we'll be talking about, my God, it's become very cold. And by the time we are talking about cold and all that, suddenly summer will come. So they keep on coming and going. Similarly in life, everything is manifesting, going, coming. Dukh, sukh. All this cycle is going. Time passes, he says. Everything is moving in a cycle. You need to stand apart and watch the cycle. But the problem is, we get close to the cycle, we get caught in the cycle, and we go through this samsara. So therefore he says, Kala kridati gacchati ayuhu tadapi na munchati asha vayuhu. Even then, the desire is not going. In other words, we are not learning and growing, we are continuing to be childish. This desire is not leaving us. And Adi Shankara basically wants to say that desire will leave only through knowledge. Through the knowledge, you give a higher direction to your life, then the lower will fall. Till then, the desire will not leave. So, you are not putting in any effort to rise to that higher direction. So, that is why he said, keep the good company. It's important. And again in 13, he is going to talk about it. See, I told you, first shloka is a chorus, then 12 slokas attributed to Adi Shankaracharya, totally 13, and then 14 to 27 attributed to his disciples, and then 28 to 31 again attributed to Adi Shankaracharya, blessing the students to get back to the self. That's the thought flow. So Adi Shankara's primary message is, whatever you do in ignorance is not going to take you out of ignorance. But what will take you out of ignorance is only knowledge. So therefore, do whatever you want to acquire the mind that will help you to gain knowledge. Right? So, rituals, all other sadhana is meant for you to acquire that state of mind to be able to gain this knowledge. But ultimately, what will give you redemption is only knowledge. So, don't waste your time in these things. That's what he wants to say. So, day comes, everybody bristles to activity. Mechanically, we run, chasing our desires. Then, we come back in the evening, whatever you accumulated during the day, we want to enjoy that. So, almost all the parties anywhere in the world happens in the evening or weekends. Right? So, day, night, dawn, dusk. All this is talking about what? This only is mechanical existence. Get up, run, come back, sleep, enjoy and sleep. Run, enjoy, sleep. Run, enjoy, sleep. How long you want to continue in this mechanical existence? Don't you want to ask the fundamental questions? And you are constantly trying to find that happiness in this mechanical existence, but you are not. You run after the object of your desire, thinking that once I get it, I will be happy. But till you get it, you are unhappy. And there is no surety that you will get it. That irritates you even more. And after getting it, to retain it, you have to go through somersaults. That gives you pain. And in spite of all your best efforts, still it gets lost. Right? Still it gets lost. And then when it actually is lost, you're finished. How much ever you try to maintain your body young, by doing all kinds of things that we do. Right? What happens? These are not its original intrinsic nature. No? So therefore it is of passing, fleeting, changing thing. So it will go. So therefore, from these things you are not going to get that bliss. So therefore, how long you want to continue this mechanical existence? So therefore he says, day, night, dawn, dusk, winter, spring come repeatedly. Time is sporting. You were chasing certain objects when you were young. You dropped that. Now you are chasing certain other objects. You drop that. You are only dropping the objects, but you are never stopping the chasing. Right? The desire is not gone. Yet the gust of desire leaves not. Nobody has ever become mature. Yes. That's what. Do you understand? See, why am I chasing an object? I'm chasing an object thinking that achievement of that object will give me happiness. Like that I have done it many times. Many objects I've chased. Some maybe I didn't achieve, but many I achieved. But in spite of achieving it, I have not got that satisfaction. So one day you got to stop and question, na? When are you going to question that? See, just recently, I was with somebody, as one of my class members. She's from Jain family, so they follow Jainism. She's also interested in Vedanta, so she's studying with us. So she said, in one particular family, 2 children I think they have, something like that she told. The elder one is married and settled. The younger one, at a very young age, got into that Jainism totally. She's given up everything. They're from a very well-to-do family. She's given up everything and she has taken that path, sannyas. What happened, I believe, when they were young, they had gone to some ashram. And when they were staying there, she saw many top people and old people, middle-aged people, everybody coming there and talking to the Jain Munis of their problems. You understand? Apparently this girl was, watching it and kind of thinking about it also. So she saw, what is this? These fellows who have achieved so much in their life, they are also coming and talking about their dukh. People who have lived their life and come to 70, 80, nice life they've led, they are also coming and talking about their problems. Youngsters are also coming and talking their problems. Everybody seems to have problem. But on the contrary, when I'm seeing here these Jain Munis and everybody, they are very calm, composed, peace, relaxed. For many days she stayed there, it seems. So she said, then if I'm going to chase all these things, still continue to remain agitated, why should I follow that? And then she took to this. That's what, she told. So what I'm saying is, at some point in time, we need to stop and ask this question. What I call as 3P, pause, ponder and plunge. Pause and question, yaar, kya kar rahe hum? What am I going to do? Everybody, you ask any person in this world, what is that you want? I want to, get a good degree and it will give me good placement. I want to get that job. I want to get that money, then buy the property there and have a big car, nice vacation, this. And that's what everybody has done. In spite of it, right, you find them all attending Vedanta classes afterwards. So then, some point in time, what he is trying to say is, think, reflect. When you think and reflect, then you won't go into the same routine. Na? So they say even in business, if you continue doing the business in the same way, you will get the same result only. Sometime you pause and question and change, then you succeed. You understand? Otherwise you won't. You got to ask questions. What is it going to work in this? Otherwise, mechanically the way your grandfather's time the business went, you can't do now. No? Now new challenges have come. They're saying artificial intelligence, this, that, so many things are going to come. So how are you going to make your business survive? Many places, I think even in Delhi it's there, but in Chennai and all, this culture of tea shops, you'll find a lot in Chennai. Tamil Nadu, Chennai, Kerala and all. Now, the fellows who have done MBA, they have come and they've started many tea joints like Chai Kings, chai this, chai that, pata nahi kya naam. You understand? And very interesting, some of the places when you go to have tea there, the normal tea shops, they used to give the tea in a particular glass, Same glass they use. It is just, everything is same. You understand? It's very interesting. Right? You go to these dabas and you go to Punjab on the way also, they have that atmosphere as if there's lorry fellows who have come there. They put that a cot where you can sit down and then, so it's very interesting. Same concept given in a different way. People like it. So you got to constantly reinvent yourself. So there is a direction in which your senses and mind will take you. Because when you see, you get attracted, you will run. That's the thing. World is attractive. Senses are also running, craving and running. This continues. Now, some point in time you got to sit and ask the question, do I want to continue the same way? You understand? That is what he's talking about in life. All these are coming and going, yet the desire is not gone. It will not go. It will not go by mechanical existence. It will not go by mechanical acquisition of enjoyment, wealth and enjoyment. Mechanical acquisition of wealth and enjoyment, if it can remove agitations and bring happiness to everybody, by now we don't need any of the scriptures. But that's not what happens. Isn't it? All kinds of crazy things come when people start indulging in life. Then their normalcy level changes. When the normalcy level changes, they have to do something else to be happy. So therefore he says, all these have been coming and going, routine continues, but the desire is not going. Desire is the problem. Vedanta says you have to rise above your desires. Human being minus desires equals God. So the idea is to rise above the desires, not increase the desires. So in all the religions, if you see, desire has been portrayed as the enemy, devil, Islam, they call it as shaitan. Christianity, Satan. Buddhism, Mara. Hinduism, Asura. All these are what? Nothing but your own desire. Desire, interesting, it's like bacteria, Bacteria multiplies. 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, it goes on. Multiplies. Like that, desire also multiplies. You, by the time you go to fulfill one desire, you come back with 10. In the Bhagavad Gita, Swamiji gives this in one shloka commentary. Swamiji has given this formula for happiness. Happiness is the ratio between the number of desires fulfilled versus number of desires entertained. So the way we are living life today is we fulfill 10 desires, but we come back entertaining 100 desires. You may go to a Vedanta retreat on the Ganges bank. A Swami is organizing Vedanta retreat on the banks of Ganges. But having gone there now, you may come with a desire to have your bungalow shifted there, facing the ocean, facing the Ganges. You understand? So then, what is it? You have so many other things. But I don't have a house facing Ganges. No? That's enough to go to meet a psychiatrist. You understand? Because you have so many other things. But this is not there. So, that's what he's saying. Yet the gust of desire leaves not. Time is going on passing. You're becoming old. But you're not becoming wise. Yes? Correct, but it's through inquiring. You got to start the process of inquiry. Unless and until you start the process of inquiry, you will not come out of that mechanical existence. You will continue in the same way and you will get the same results only. You do the same thing in the same way, how the result can be different? It can't be different. You are approaching the same. So you got to stop and question, is this what I want to do? So I think, okay. Instead of chasing this object, if I chase that object, I'll be fine. No. That also you've done. Constantly changing. But therefore, chasing the object, I'm not going to get the happiness that I'm really looking for. So once I understand that, when I'm chasing what is happening, first of all, I may not fulfill that desire. Secondly, even if I fulfill, I'm increasing 100 other desires. So I'm coming with very small fraction of happiness. I'm always remaining dissatisfied. So now, then what do? You question. Then, like you said, you will have a goal, you will pursue that. From what comes out of that, you will fulfill your desires. Which he talked about already in the second shloka. You understand? You will come to that only if you do inquiry. Otherwise, you will continue. Majority of the people's what is their goal? खाओ पियो मजा करो. That's it. उसका अलावा कुछ नहीं.
But when you talk to some, like when we discuss this, even the people who are learning, like let's put them in the bracket of learning. Then they say one thing that go along with the flow. They always say go along with the flow. Like don't swim backwards in the river. Go along with the flow. So it's like whatever's happening, you wake up in the morning, you do your stuff, dincharya, and you just go along with the flow.
Who is saying don't go along with the flow? If you want to go along with the flow. But then don't do it mechanically.
Don't do that.
Do it awareness. Do it with awareness. Then you won't sink when they all sink. What are they trying to say when they say flow with the group? Follows are sinking, you will also sink. If you do it thinking, you won't sink. And go with the flow means what? You are not supposed to mechanically follow that. Right? You are supposed to think, you are supposed to ask questions. Everybody is rushing, moth is rushing towards the flame. So you also want to rush towards the flame. Let them rush, I don't want. See, unnecessarily you don't have to create a problem for yourself. Because you understand these fellows are all caught up. There's no point going and fighting with them. There are people who go and tell, you also start study Vedanta and all that. Then it has happened. There are students in the academy who come for 3 years course. Somehow they convince their parents and they've come. And Swamiji used to take us all to different centers when he has lectures, Once a year we used to come to Delhi and we were studying. Bombay to every year we'll go because it's just very close by from Lonavala. So one student who was in the academy was from Bombay, Mumbai, those days Bombay. She took time to convince her parents, from a good family, rich family, good means rich family. And then she came and studied. After 6 months, when Swamiji had taken all of us to Bombay for lectures, Mumbai, usually we stay in somebody's house. This girl said, "Sir, can I stay in my own house?" He said, "Yeah, okay, no problem." But this girl went and stayed in their house. And there she started lecturing them. One of the girls, "Arey yaar, is this the way you put the towel on the chair itself? You have to put it in this place, that place." Like that constantly. I said, "Within 6 months you are coming and giving us lectures like this? You are not going back." So she couldn't come back. That's what we were told, So you understand that, so you don't have to fight against them.
I can understand.
I'm saying you don't have to swim against, you said, na?
Yeah.
For that I'm saying, why fight against them?
Right.
You don't have to. But you don't have to mechanically follow the same thing.
Okay.
You understand? You unnecessarily go and give them lecture for what? Bhagavad Gita very clearly says, do not unsettle the minds of people.
Who are not ready for it, who are not ready for it, whose minds are not mature enough.
Yeah. But Guruji, I'm saying something different. I'm not saying taking on somebody. I am only talking about my own life. So supposing, I discuss with some other people who are on the same, they, of my age group. So they are saying that, for example, I go to work, I have targets, I want to do this, I have a desire for this and that. They're saying, why are you having that? You wake up in the morning, you do your dincharya, you go to work, if things come your way, you do it. If they don't come your way, it's okay. You come back home, be with your family, go to sleep, wake up in the morning. So they are saying that don't have targets, don't have goals, don't try to strive for something, because maybe the universe doesn't want to give it to you. So let the universe put it on your lap if it wants to give it to you.
See, first of all, these are all concepts which many people are understanding it in a tamasic way.
Okay.
First of all, even in Vedanta, we are also saying the same thing only. In the second shloka, that's why I said, in the second shloka of Bhaja Govindam itself, what did he say? Pitch a higher goal doesn't mean we are talking about target. You see, we are talking about serving a larger group.
Right.
You understand? From that level also, you don't get stuck there. From that level also move to higher level.
Right.
Ultimately come to self.
Right.
Right? But not everybody can directly relate with self. Therefore, we say these levels. But once you fix the target and everything, we also say don't become result oriented. But if a ordinary fellow looks at you, it appears as if you are a person who is also ignorant and caught up in the world. But you are not. See, until recently, because Swamiji has some, fracture things and all that, now he is not lecturing. Until 3-4 years ago, he had a full year ka schedule tha. Where he is going. Now, if he is traveling to US in September, it's already decided last year. When he comes back from September US lectures, they've already decided about the next year's date for his lectures. That's how busy he was. But there was a particular time, like in 2001, when 9/11 happened. And in September only it happened, no? 9/11. Right? That time everybody said, Swamiji, don't go. You're not supposed to fly. Don't fly. Don't fly. You will die. Or this thing happened, that thing. He said, what a nice death it will be. If you have to die like that, I will go. You understand? So, in other words, obviously, the flights are flying. Things are taken care of too. After that event, obviously, even if there was some, loopholes, they would have plugged it. Huh? That's why they are allowing the flights to go. Life has to continue. So he went. If I have to die, I will die. This is what he is also doing. This is what Vedanta is also saying. What your friends are telling you. But what many people are doing is in a mechanical way. आएंगे तो आएंगे, जाएंगे तो जाएंगे. No. You must understand that my effort is important, but the result is not purely by my efforts alone. There are so many other factors. Right? So when I function, I don't have to function result oriented. Effortlessly surrendering to the total, जो result मुझे मेरे को आना चाहिए, let it come. But I have to put in the effort, na?
Yeah, in that direction.
Yeah.
Put in the effort.
When the bus is coming to the bus stand, you have to be there.
Yeah. True.
You say, अरे यार आएंगे तो आएंगे, मेरे लिए बस वेट करना तो वेट करेंगे. अरे ऐसे कैसे वेट करेंगे? You know? How will it wait for you?
So you
They will go away.
no, but you use your free will, na push-art.
That is what we are saying.
Yeah.
You use your free will, understanding the limitation of it also. Once you exercise your free will, having exercised, it will be mixing with the background of prarabdha. So the result will take time. Okay? You are not result oriented, but you are not tamasic either. So when you said people flow, आएंगे तो आएंगे, correct, आएंगे तो आएंगे, but you have to put in your efforts. But do it not mechanically, with thinking.
So Guruji, there are like, okay, it's not like tamasic oriented, but there are two ways of operating in life. One is a organic growth, and one is a planned, goal-oriented growth. One is a organic growth. You keep walking, you see an opportunity, you take that. You keep walking, you see an opportunity, you make your choices. It's an organic growth. One is a planned growth that no, in this year I want to reach here, and these are the things I need to do to reach here.
So what's the question?
The question is, what is the way to live?
See, first of all, when you walk, you have to keep your eyes open and walk. You cannot close your eyes. Whatever comes, I'll go in this direction, that direction. You know, that is mind thing. And the idea is, you keep your eyes open and walk, plan and move ahead. But the foundation of such a person walking in life should be understanding of life, which is what we are talking about. You know, your action matters. You moving in a particular direction, consciously assessing what is your nature, swadharma. We talk about swadharma in this class, right? You assess what is your swadharma. Go in that direction. Just because in the other direction, a lot of people are going, a lot of money is there. For example, computer science. Now, I have so much of this thing for computer science, I don't like it, let's say. Why should I have to go to computer science? Oh, there's a lot of money, a lot of people are going, so I will go. And there something will come, then I will go. Is this just material success life? You understand? So I need to decide what my life is going to be, how it is going to be. I can take help from many people, but I need to decide. But having done all that, what is the foundation? Foundation is, I am very clear. In spite of my efforts, there is my karma, many factors which decides the results. That I accept, but I continue putting in my effort and moving in my direction that I want to. That's the way to go. I don't know who's giving this word organic growth and all. Organic means what?
Natural.
This is natural only. Intellect. Who said using intellect is unnatural? Motive nahi hona chahiye.
Got it.
Vedanta is talking about motive only. Vedanta is not saying don't plan. You don't plan and go and buy the ticket, it will be very expensive. Now even the train tickets, they have made it dynamic. You know, so in the sense, when a lot of people have booked it, now rates go up. So then don't say, organic na, थोड़ा ज़्यादा देना पड़ता है. अरे यार, why can't you plan and book it in advance? If you know very well, what is wrong? You understand? So,
They made train tickets dynamic because of the bulk booking the travel agents do.
whatever may be the reason, I am saying, whatever may be the reason, I am not getting into all that. I am only trying to say, if you know in September you are going to go and give lecture in US, what's wrong if you book now? There should be some very solid reason if you are not booking now. Then it's okay. Otherwise, what is wrong? What is wrong in it? In fact, there is everything right about it. You understand? So, all I'm trying to say is, who said planning with your intellect is not natural? Intellect is not part of nature. Intellect is part of whom? It's the desiring, motive-ridden lifestyle that Vedanta is against. You understand? Motive is different, direction is different. We should not get confused. I need to give a direction to my life towards the higher, towards the self within. But I should not have a motive. Motive means then that is where your ego is coming in. That is not organic. You understand? So planning and all, nothing, in fact, very correct it is. So I keep saying in my classes also, planning for the future is an intellectual exercise done in the present with full awareness. So even though you are planning for the future, it's a present action. Similarly, learning from the past, it is an intellectual action with awareness. Though you are learning from the past, it is done in the present. It's an action in the present. So learning from the past, planning for the future, all organic only. Mind by itself going to the past, mind by itself going to the future, that is what is not good. Similarly, you are having a motive to do certain things. You are pushing. Then you are not trying to function as part of the total. Then you are having your own motive.
Also your own vested interest.
Exactly. That should not be there.
The intention behind the action basically.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Should be pure.
See, and when you have a factory which you are running, obviously everybody wants to make profit out of it. Right? What is wrong in that? That is how it is. You are not running business to make loss. You understand? But profit should not be your motive. Profit should be your byproduct. You understand? You have a direction, goal. There are so many people employed, 1,200 people employed in my factory. You know, so 1,200 means so many families. You understand? Through that, so many people are indirectly, directly benefited. These children will go to school, so the teachers get employed. So many things happen. So, I have a certain nature, potential, I am giving it a direction in the unselfish way. Right? So, profit is not my motive. Profit is my byproduct. But when I am running my business, I can't say, चलो जाएंगे, जो business आएंगे आएंगे, नहीं तो नहीं आएंगे, organic करेंगे. क्या organic बात कर रहे हैं आप? You understand? You have to plan, program, do all that.
So I think what is happening that spirituality is getting mixed with tamasic
Yes.
behavior.
Yes. Sattva is mixed with tamas. Many places.
Yes.
See, when the fan is revolving at a very high speed,
It looks still.
it looks still. Especially nowadays, there are some fans which are very silent. In fact, now, I am also planning to buy one for the room there. Because when I am doing the class, AC sometimes becomes very cold.
And I was
So I initially, after 10 minutes or so, I switch off the AC. Only fan is enough. But the fan sound is too much. One day in my Zoom class, one lady said, "Sir, some sound is coming." So when I switched off the fan, it was okay. So then, so what I'm saying is, nowadays you have these fans, which gives very little noise, and you won't even feel as if it's rotating. And it is coming with remote. So when I'm doing the class, I can't get up and switch off, So I was thinking of changing that fan. So you see the fan which is running at such speed, it looks as if it's still. And the other fan which is not rotating also is still. You understand?
So when tamas is mixed with sattva, it is happening a lot. There's a lot of people on the so-called spiritual journey, and I think it is also happening in a way because of the the failure of the material world. When you failed in the material world and you opt for the
Start philosophizing.
philosophers, so you kind of say ki, then you want to live your life on this. Either you have enough to eat and drink, or you live on donation.
Yeah.
And the thing, that's the group that equates it to sattva, to tamas.
Yeah, that is what it is. See, generally, it is very difficult to difficult in the sense you need to put in little bit effort to understand sattva. You know, it looks you are sattvic, but you are very tamasic, like you rightly said. You know, you will say you've been a failure, and then you start philosophizing. Kya hai? I'm telling you, it happens to us most of the time when people talk to us. There's a gentleman whom I know for many years. Meaning, when I was small, that gentleman is a family of my close friend. You know, so that's how I knew him. So for many years I knew him. When I was in Middle East lecturing, he also came to Middle East to work. Resigned his job in India, and he came alone first. His wife and children visa was getting processed, and when he came, he started attending my classes. And evenings after the class, sometimes he says, "Shall we go out for lunch? Dinner." Like that we used to go. One day he said, "I want to talk to you. I'm going through some issues. I want to talk to you." So after dinner, we both went to the creek in Dubai, and we were walking and talking. He started, "What is there in money? Money comes, money goes. I want to go back. I want to resign and go back." I said, "You already resigned your job back home. You came here, and within 2-3 months, you are saying now you want to go back? What is there in money? Money comes, money goes. All this I know. This is what I am teaching every day. But then what is your problem? You tell me directly. Don't tell me like this, Then he told that his project is also not kicked off. Usually in the business, before the project takes off, you hire the right people. You understand? It may take 2-3 months delay here or there. So he is already employed, he is getting his salary, but no job at home in the office. Early morning, he is taken to the office in the company bus. Evening till 5 o'clock, he is sitting there doing nothing in front of the computer, and he already misses his wife and children. He is feeling very lonely. And some problem he felt in his left side of the upper body. So because he's sitting idle in the office, he went and started Googling. And when you Google ordinary headache, it gives you 25 reasons, out of which one can be cancer also. You understand? He started thinking that serious thing could be my issue, and he couldn't sleep. He's sleeping only around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, then 6 o'clock he has to get up and go to his office. He's not sleeping continuously for many days. He's not feeling hungry, he's not eating properly. He's so bored in his life, he started imagining many things. What is there in money? Money come for money, I've left everybody and come here. Now if I die, what will happen? What will happen to my family? Sab kuch mix hoke, he became so confused. So he wanted to take that step. Then I said, "Listen, Baba, don't do all these things. Don't resign. You tell your employees, anyway your project is not kicked in yet. You tell them some problem I'm facing physically. So I will go to, Chennai. I'll go through the medical tests. So give me some 10 days leave, They'll jolly well give you. What is their problem? You explain to them, And I said, go to the best of the doctors, go through all the tests that they recommend. Make sure that there is nothing wrong, in case there is something physically wrong. So you check. Then when you come back, even if your wife's permanent visa is getting delayed, bring her on a visit visa." He did that. He went, first of all, he did all the tests. They said, "Nothing wrong with you. You're absolutely fine." And then when he came back with his wife on a visit visa, he was much better because he's not feeling lonely now. You understand? He started properly sleeping. Normally became normal. Then his children got visa. Then they all came and lived in Dubai. His children are married. He is still in Dubai. Now what has happened? What about money? Money comes, money goes. Of course, I also know money comes, money goes. So, don't, do this kind of a tamasic resignation. That's what he talks about. Rajasic, tamasic renunciations are there. Sattvic renunciation is something else. In fact, when he talks about sattvic renunciation, he never talks about giving up action. He talks about giving up ego egocentric desires. Only in rajasic renunciation, you out of difficulty in achieving, you will give it up. That is rajasic renunciation. That you are not supposed to do. And many times we do all these kind of things.
Guruji, I want to ask you one more question. Is that these people who are saying, here's your friend, but I'm talking about people who have gone on the spiritual journey path. A lot of the youngsters now at 50, 60 are finished going on this journey path. They are very knowledgeable. If you talk to them, their knowledge is far superior to mine. Already, when they know the scriptures, they know everything, numerology, astrology, astronomy, everything they know, right? They know, so they are very knowledgeable. But I don't agree with that tamasic thing कि organic life में चलो, क्या goal है, क्या है अपना सुबह उठो, मुझे तो कुछ नहीं करना है, मुझे तो बस सुबह उठ के थोड़ा meditation करनी है, फिर मैं अपना दिनचर्या करता हूँ, किसी walk पे चले जाता हूँ, I'm very happy, right? Then why do people like us sit with them and get fascinated by their knowledge, get fascinated that, oh, you're so relaxed, you have so much knowledge. Why is it? What are we? Do we have fear in us? What is it that in us makes them, when we look at them, we say, oh, what a nice organized life, all that.
You don't see the example that you are giving. You are now saying that I am understanding that these people are intelligent in many fields maybe, but they are leading a tamasic life.
Right.
But I am falling for the tamasic life, thinking that their life is very well organized.
Yes.
Why is it? That is because you are not properly sitting and thinking. If you properly sit and think and question, you will understand. If the data that you gave is correct.
Yes.
See, there may be genuinely people who are very brilliant. I have another close friend of mine who is a brilliant guy. He gave up this 9 to 5 on his own. He's not like he's made tons and tons of money or anything like that to retire also. At one point in time, he said, enough is enough. I'm not going to go into all these things. And he came out of that 9 to 5 thing. He's living with his means, within his means, controlling his mind, desires, everything very happily, and providing for his family also the necessities and little more than everything, not getting the child or anybody frustrated. His wife, everybody is happy. He's leading life, and he's not that he's resigned and then he's leading a tamasic life. He is also doing a lot of study, research in many other fields, which is his interest.
Yeah.
You understand? So that is okay. That in fact is organic way of living. He is planning and going the way he wants to, but at the same time he is not running to make money and houses and this and that. That part is alone not correct. That mechanically running, chasing. Are you with me? But that is okay. But what you are saying is, they may be independently intelligent in one or more fields. Right? And they may be tamasically leading a certain lifestyle, which you are attracted. See, always the opposite attracts.
I'm only attracted to the fact that how
They look content.
They look content.
How long is the question?
I don't know, but they look content at
If they are genuinely contented, it will continue forever. If it's due to certain other reasons, it won't be forever. You understand? To your question, why am I getting attracted? Because you are not sitting and thinking. If you sit and think, you won't get attracted to that tamas. See, Swamiji gives one very interesting example. He says in a ashram, one girl was every now and then looking at certain flowers for hours together. In the garden, a lot of flowers, right? So she'll look at a rose and she'll be looking at it for maybe 3 hours. So a lot of people were admiring her quality. Like, oh, wow, she's so, focused and she's almost there. Self-realization, meditation, like that people were talking. Swami says, I was the only one. I said, listen, this is trance. Mind is gone. She's lost. She's not doing it with awareness. That's not meditation. That is trance. So, many people were fascinated by her. But Swami said, I was not at all. Her mind started admiring something and she's lost in it. But people are looking at it as if it is some great meditative state she's reached. She's not. So, why am I? Because I don't properly think. If I question and see, then I will understand what is organic living. That's why I said, when you say organic, who said using intellect is not organic? Does it mean that I have to close my eyes and drive my car? Organic. If I have to meet with accident, I'll meet. Arey, useless fellow. You understand? You are an idiot, you are, isn't it? You have some, those days they used to give salaries in cash, right? So the first day of the month you get cash salary and you are traveling in Mumbai train. Agar ye chori hona chahiye to hoga. So that what? Will you keep in a transparent bag and bring it? And sleep? Fool you are. Won't you say that? You know? So, you have to open your eyes and move.
Yeah.
God has only given you the eyes, na?
And the reason that they are attracted is because they're not thinking. It's not because of...
You don't inquire, you are attracted. See, you also, somewhere down the line, many people who are running after all these things, they also want to stop, but they are not able to. You understand? So, when you see these fellows who have stopped it, whether they have thought about and stopped or not, you get attracted. See, when a pendulum swings, those days, you used to have that clock.
The grandfather clocks.
The grandfather clock, yeah. So the pendulum is swinging towards the right. What does it mean? It means it's taking momentum to swing towards the left.
Right.
When it's swinging towards the left, it's gathering momentum to go towards the right.
Right.
Similarly, those who are constantly running after wealth and this thing, without rest running, they will definitely be attracted towards the people who are sitting down. That's why you find all these many rich people going to Swamis. You understand? And the other way also you will find Swamis going to rich people. You understand? So the point is, if you are not a true Swami, you understand, for whatever reason you gave it up, then you will be attracted to that richness and all that. Otherwise you won't. If you genuinely overcome that, you are not going to get attracted by that. You understand? So, why am I getting attracted? Because I also want to someday relax. But I am not able to relax. You have to relax in a sattvic way, not in a tamasic way. But you don't know the difference between the two.
Right.
So you are confusing and taking the tamasic way, that the fellow is relaxed and you feel attracted to that. But when you want to do it, you get fear.
Yes.
I can't do that now.
I can't do that.
Yeah, so you better don't do. See, you have to move from rajas to sattva, not from rajas to tamas. That's the problem.
You have to remain dynamic.
Yes, see, body must be dynamic, mind should be at rest. Many people's mind is agitated, disturbed, going around here and there, body is at rest. Idle life they lead. And they have too many ideas, they don't have proper focus to give it a direction or anything, and they're not going to implement anything, they're going to go nowhere. And then they'll be philosophizing. It's not in my horoscope. Rahu, Kedu, aisa ho gaya. As if Rahu and Kedu have something against you. These kind of discussions they will have. You have to, even if you have one or two thoughts, give it a proper direction, something will happen. So you have to use your buddhi.
You answered my thing. The thing is that you want to be at rest and you mistake the mind for the body.
Yeah.
You want your mind to be at rest. But you see that body at rest. And you say, oh, kitna shant hai, kitna relaxed hai.
In case their mind is also shant, it's okay. But many people it may not be.
Yeah. So that's what and this is what you have to achieve yourself.
There are people who have told me 2-3 times they tried this and again they took up job. somewhere down the line, they're understanding that they have to calm down. But it's not that they have calmed down their mind. You understand? They have taken the lifestyle of not going to work or whatever. But after some time they feel that what they have is not enough. That is because they have not dealt with their desires yet. You understand? So obviously at some point in time you will feel that what you have is not enough. At any given point in time, if you have not really dealt with your mind properly, you will see that what you have got is not enough. Again you will get scared and you will start getting back. Because you have not rested your mind properly with the knowledge. You were not happy doing this. Running, earning. Somehow you wanted to do at some point, So you said, okay, at least till my son's graduation, till my daughter's wedding. So you took a break. Now that's it. But have you really risen above your desires? Which is the discussion here. The gust of desire is not left. So what has happened? Temporarily you've taken off and you feel good. Temporarily, few days you think you've taken the right decision and all that. We are not saying it's a wrong decision. But for the decision to sustain, you should have equally calmed your mind. Otherwise, at some point in time, you will feel what you have got is not enough.
So the question is, how do you calm your mind?
That is a whole Vedanta we are studying.
It is only like study.
It's not. Who said it's only study? Sense control, disciplined lifestyle, all these are there, to calm your mind. The qualities that we discuss for a student to inquire into Vedanta is all there. Everything see, Patanjali talks about 8 steps. Yama, Niyama, disciplined life. Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. So you lead a certain lifestyle. In fact, in Vedanta what they say, you have to do Nitya, Naimittika, Prayaschitta karma. You are not supposed to do Kamya karma and Nishiddha karma. What does it mean? Nitya karma means daily routine, obligatory duty. Depending upon whether you are a housewife, homemaker, or a person who works, or a business person, whatever it is, you have a certain role, your goal. Based on that, brahmachari, grahastha, vanaprastha, whatever what you are, based on that you have certain daily routine things to be done. For your body also, you have to go for a walk. That's nitya karma. You understand? So, then there is naimittika karma, special obligatory duties. Instead of daily routine obligatory duties, which is nitya karma. A special obligatory duty. Suddenly somebody is not well. You have to take them to the hospital. Special obligatory duty, naimittika karma. And then prayaschitta karma. Meaning I have done something wrong knowingly. Maybe I'll have to call the person and say sorry. Which is also obligation. So prayaschitta karma in many different ways they talk about. I'm just giving a very gross example. These are all they say you should do. And then nishiddha karma means forbidden actions. That will give you bad results, pain later on. Then you should not do that. While you are doing it, maybe it will give you pleasure, but end it will end up as bad thing. Then kamya karma, desire-ridden actions. Not follow your motives, desires. Like that they give. So if you follow this lifestyle, they say you are following a Vedic lifestyle. So these things will calm you. See, they say, you be happy where you are. From there you rise. Don't compare yourself with your neighbor. He's got a car, I have not got a car. And then somehow go and take a loan and buy a car. And then get into a trap. Just to show that you are also equal to your neighbor. Don't do all these things. If you do all these things, then you will get into trouble. So, sense control, mind control, good company, all that will help you to japa, daily study, reflection, yoga or walking, jogging, everything will help you. Having a proper diet control, everything will help in keeping your mind calm.
The first is discipline.
Yes, sadhana. You have to have that kind of a lifestyle. See, purpose-driven living, not motive-driven, purpose-driven. See, why am I eating? So, initially you say, my goal is to keep my mind calm. So, everything that will help me to keep my mind calm becomes my do's. That which will take me away from this particular thing, which will agitate my mind, becomes my don't. It may be okay for the other fellow, but not okay for me. You understand? So therefore, mind control can only come through these disciplines and the knowledge. Forceful control alone will not bring mind control. Forcefully, it will not help. Similarly, only exposing yourself to knowledge but not following discipline, that also will not help. In the sense, you will attend class Wednesday, I don't know, all days maybe, and evening you are attending gossip session. Morning Vedanta, evening gossip. You understand? Now what will happen? It's like you're opening the tap to fill the bucket, at the same time there's a hole in the bucket. It will all get drained out. You're putting in so much of negative things into your system every day. So that also will not help to control your mind. So that is why we say you have to have both. A disciplined life with the knowledge. Without knowledge also you cannot control the mind. You understand? Only knowledge,
Cannot control the mind.
gaining all the time with no discipline, it's a very dangerous thing. You will go berserk. You have a very, very rajasic lifestyle. And then here and there you listen and you pick up intelligent. You are intelligent. To understand the concept, how much difficult it is. It's not a big deal. You can give a great lecture on it. Within few minutes, people grasp it as they listen. Intelligence is there. They understand the concepts of Vedanta. But what is the use? You are not leading a disciplined lifestyle. It's not going to work for you. That's why when you are a student, you also keep the good company at all levels. That is only going to help you to control your mind. You understand? An environment which is conducive. In the book, Fall of the Human Intellect and the Holocaust of Attachment, Swamiji has brought it out very well. He says today, in the context, if you see, the best time to develop the intellect is around age 11 to 25. See, anywhere in the world, you see, up to 30, maximum up to 21, college, then post-graduation 23, 25 tak, then PhD and all up to about 30. Tak, society supports you. There are people who do PhD, there's a stipend they get with which they can live their life. What are they doing? They're strengthening their buddhi. Anywhere in the world, you have to be minimum 17, 18 to get a license, to get married, to vote, etc. Why? Because you can think approximately that age. You can start thinking. In fact, there are many places where they say up to 25 you're not allowed to drink alcohol. Why? They say many reasons are there. You can think better. You have a better control over your impulses. So even if you are exposed to such a thing at the age of 25, 26, the chances of you getting addicted is very less. Before that, your intellect has not become strong. The neuronal connections have not become strong. So you will become addicted most probably. Therefore, they say. So, when the fellow starts asking question, approximately you see 10, 11, 12 is the time children start asking questions. That's the time you have to develop the buddhi. But that's the time the hormonal changes also happen. So Swamiji says you need to have a disciplined environment in the schools and colleges. But slowly when they go to college, they are 17 years old. Suddenly you find an environment where supposing there is no discipline, everything is available. And to tell the children that now you decide how you have to live. Things are available, but it's your how fair is it?
Very difficult.
It is very unfair. You understand? How many children can really control?
Very few.
You understand? So therefore what Swamiji says is, you need to have an environment which is conducive for the development of the buddhi. After that, like you say, after 25, now they are little strong. Now they can control. So it has to always go hand in hand. Disciplined lifestyle with knowledge. But don't become so fanatic about this also.
No, it's a gradual progression.
Exactly. So once in a while, you break the rule. Like in the academy, we have every Friday night no dinner. You understand? Visitor, no visitor, nothing. No dinner means no dinner. They don't cook in the dining hall.
So what do you do with your
Right.
body?
You have to drink water and survive, or if you want to eat something, you better order before, keep in your room.
Oh,
Nobody's questioning you, but you try, you go there to follow the schedule, right? So what I'm saying is, but once in a while, Swami says, you fellows want to do something, do. But academy is not going to provide you anything. See, it's not to become monotonous, not to become fanatically attached to your own disciplines also. Because then again you are strengthening the mind only.
again you are?
Strengthening the mind only when you become fanatically attached to your discipline. Discipline is to control your mind, not to strengthen your mind. Strengthen your mind in the sense, have a strong mind, not do things according to your mind. I will not eat on Tuesdays. And you feel very sinful if you have done something on Tuesdays. Right? That means what? You don't have the capacity to use your sense of proportion. You cannot become fanatic, na? You're meeting somebody after 20 years and that day only you met and they are about to leave, so they say, why not we have dinner together? You're saying, no, Tuesdays I don't eat. You postpone your ticket, tomorrow we'll eat. Right? Be sensible, na? So that means what? Your mind is only directing you, not your buddhi. You understand? So, in that sense, we want to develop the internal strength. So for that, even to discipline is important. But don't become rigid about your discipline. That doesn't mean every second day you are relaxing. Sense of proportion. Every Tuesday you're eating but coming up with some excuse or the other. But I think Tuesdays I am fasting. What kind of a fasting is this? You understand? So that's not that side also, nor this side. You get it? So therefore, he says, the gust of desires leaves not. The gust of desire will leave only if you follow this way of living, which we discussed. Desire have to be given a direction with a goal, supported by your knowledge, and then function in the world. Lead a disciplined lifestyle with good satsang. Then only the desire will go. Otherwise, if you mechanically continue, just because you're physically growing, doesn't mean you'll mentally grow out of the desire. No. Fellows are 60, 70, but they still have desire of a 35-year-old, 30-year-old.
But that is happening a lot, Guruji.
Because you are not, that is what is.
I think because also people are staying younger, physically younger for a longer period of time.
Who said don't stay physically younger, Baba? Do that. You eat healthy, you put in exercise, you sleep well, you will stay healthy, it's fine. If you have also inherited the gene, it's even better. Okay? Who's saying don't stay young? Don't say childish. We are talking about that. We are not saying don't stay young. Just because you stay young doesn't mean you will have desire.
No, but why is this? So just, I'm sorry, I'm just digressing, but why is it this thing that the other day my daughter asked me, she said, why don't you have any wrinkles on your forehead? So I said, because I do yoga and pranayama and that's why my skin is good. She says, will you ever do Botox? I said, you can do it on my dead body. No problem. But what I'm trying to say is that this child is only 21 years old, already talking about there's something called Botox, because most of the mothers are getting it done, people are getting done. I am saying that why is this world now the post 50 trying to look, feel, be everything 30, and the world is supporting them. They're supporting them with all treatments. They're supporting them with all kind of entertainment.
That's where the money is. There are people who are, most of the people are always incomplete within. You understand? Therefore, you feed them, you make money. There is money. If you want to make more money, you will make more money in tamas and rajas. You won't make that much money in sattva. Very few areas in sattva you make some money, if at all. You understand? You make tamasic. So you're all business people, so I'm a little concerned. Don't get wrong ideas. But definitely, there's more money in tamasic and rajasic. Sattva mein bahut kam hai. So when you know that majority of the people are going to have their fundamental problems as they are growing up, especially in the rajasic lifestyle of life that you lead, more loneliness, more this thing is going to be there. So people will be leading an indulgent lifestyle, but they want to stay young. So then the market will give them these options, but it comes up with a lot of other repercussions. So who cares about the repercussions? So obviously they will cater, because that's where the money is, demand is in the world.
And the majority of the world is heading.
Today, if you want to make so much money that they think they need it at that age, they will try to compromise on their sleeping. Okay? And just sleep for 3 hours maybe. Burning the candle on both sides, and they live. And to compensate for that sleep, if there is a injection that they can take, they'll take it. But when you take that injection, it comes up with some other repercussion, side effects. So who cares? They live like this.
Because the most important thing today is packaging. How you're packaging. This is all about packaging only, no? So it's all about packaging anywhere. So that's the cosmetic look of everything has become more important.
So I am trying to understand the psychology. What is happening in this world?
And then there is that herd instinct. Oh, she's got it done, so I'll also get it done. All those people are getting it done. So I'm
So
in
that
that same
line-
society, so even I'll get it done. So herd instinct is
Who
very
will
strong.
not like the shortcut? They are all trying that. Na? There's another way, like you said, na? Doing yoga, pranayama and all the other things and keeping your skin tight. Other is you indulge, okay, and then put up buttocks. 90% will follow that. Because this you have to do yoga, pranayama on a regular basis to maintain this. Have diet control, this thing, that thing. How many people will do that? Forget about all these things here. Let's go into indulgent lifestyle. I want to lead that.
Is that a tamasic lifestyle? When people
It's a
say-
tamasic and rajasic lifestyle.
Tamasic and rajasic.
Yes, it's a mixture of both.
So the world is actually catering to tamas and rajas.
Obviously, that's the majority of the people.
That's where all the profits are.
You go to Vedanta lectures, right? You will have under 200 people. It's the same thing if you have rituals, homam, 1,000 people will be there. Same thing if you have some concert,
10,000.
Rahman or somebody, 10,000. So demand is where? So if you approach the business people to sponsor the Vedanta lecture, 1 or 2 fellows, agarbatti fellow, or 2-3 fellows will say, okay, 100, 200 people are there. That also out of his interest or something, he'll come up. But when you go to the home, 1,000 people are coming, so more people will be interested. Rahman concert, 10,000 fellows, there will be lot more fellows wanting to come and sponsor. How many people will go and sponsor IPL? Because the crowd is coming there now. Same cricket mein, test cricket mein jaake dekho, how many people are sitting. So the sponsors are less. So that's how it is. So that's a different thing. So end of the day, majority are with tamas and rajas. Minority will be, this is how it is always.
Always.
It's not just now, always.
So it is always.
It will be always like this. Let's conclude now. Om पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। ओम कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभावात् करोमि यद्यत् सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि।